Right, Sam.
Right, well, welcome back to episode 6 of the Implexus Whole Lot of Nothing podcast. We're going to start with our 10 seconds again.
Oh, no.
A little bit of current affairs, see what's going on in everyone's lives, and then we're going to head into coaching, and we're going to specifically talk about like tricky clients and like different types of tricky clients that could potentially come up in someone's coaching journey. So, ladies first, 10 seconds.
Always.
You're the one.
I went to watch Wales versus Scotland this weekend, the Six Nations, which was really good. Apart from Wales losing, but they played better than they played for a long time. So, yeah, that was encouraging. At the Principality.
Yeah, didn't Wales get absolutely thumped against France last week?
Oh, yes, because France are amazing. And Wales are not very good right now.
Yeah, wasn't it like 70-5 or something?
Yeah, we need a Jalibert on our team. But yeah, they did get thumped. I think they're probably close to getting the wooden spoon in the Six Nations. So, but they did play well. Not going to take that away from them, but yeah, that was good. Little trip down to Wales.
Nice. Any highlight of the game?
Well, we were on the try line, and then the first half I wanted to go because it was like 17-5. So that was the highlight of the game. After that, it just went downhill because Scotland actually came back. But no, it was just a really... Do you know what you realise, I think, when you're watching it in real time, is the physicality of the actual game, which you don't get so much when you're watching it on TV.
You hear the thuds going in.
Yeah, it's like... Jesus. But no, that was probably the highlight for me, like actually seeing them
Getting up close.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so
You don't
that
get
was
knocked out.
Ooh, 30 sweaty men.
You don't get knocked out. No. No one ran into each other, knocked each other out, nothing like that.
No, there was no like injuries, no.
We love to see knockouts.
We do, but it didn't happen. So, you?
Wiley.
Went to Filey Beach, that was really cool. There's hardly anyone around, so don't ever let Bruce off lead because he's not got the best recall. So
He's
there's
a
no one else, so just
special
fucking let him out. So
boy.
let him out, yeah. So you just the donuts everywhere and
Oh.
just thinking there's loads of balls inside the stone, inside the beach. So you're just constantly just digging up everywhere, leaving loads of holes. So yeah, you had a really, really good time. And then I had a client compete in his last juniors comp at the AIPO in Limerick, hosted by Shane Brody, and yeah, he did really good. He got a 260 squat, which is 5 kilo PB, a 157 bench, which is 2.5 kilo PB, and he pulled 250, which is a 10 kilo PB, and he went for a YOLO for his last one at 265, which no bueno, but yeah.
Nice.
Last time he had a lot of fun in that, which is really good to hear. And yeah.
Was he handling himself?
I think his mum was there to handle him.
Oh.
Yeah.
They make good choices then.
Yeah. She's an experienced lifter as well, so she know how he goes, you know what I mean?
Nice.
So yeah, that was good.
Good.
Yeah,
Happy
good.
days. I discovered how easy it would be to be a paedophile.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know, there's a thing going on here because last week we talked about when was it? Was it the first week we talked about 3-year-olds?
We never did that.
Yeah, we did. In the first episode, it was like, what would I do if I had a load of 3-year-olds that wanted to be world champion? And I was like,
Oh no, it's just, someone sent in a really weird question, so it's just like, no, because like we don't want.
but Chris wanted to be around 3-year-olds.
Yeah, that was it.
No, what happened was basically, I went to Ninja Warrior in Leeds on
That's
what
near
day was it?
mine.
Saturday.
That's Seacroft way in North Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's near mine. That not a paedophile, by the way.
But anyway, me and Megs were walking around, and then there's this girl like running up and down, like screaming her head off, and we just thought like, because there was like a bunch of like little kids there, we just thought she was with them and she was getting bullied, so we just left them to it. Anyway, then she came up to Megs and goes, "I can't find Mum," and Megs is like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I can't find Mum." And then she's like, "Okay, well, we'll go find like a member of staff." But if you're a paedophile, in that moment, you could be like, she's in my van. Come with
I'm
me."
your mommy.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like the mum was nowhere to be seen. And then we took her to a member of staff. the member of staff was a bit shit. He just like crouched down with her and just sort of like listened to her cry for a little while. And then over his radio, he was like, "Oh, someone put like an announcement over the tannoy," and the tannoy just went. And I was like, "Well, that's fucking pointless, isn't it? Like, who can hear that?"
Where was Mum?
No, I still no idea. And then a female member of staff then came and was like, "Oh, do you want to like come with me and we'll go and like try and look for her?" Anyway, it was like 10 minutes gone by still, and it makes like we've gone off at this point, but we're just seeing them like still walk around trying to look for Mum.
It's scary though, because you actually
Mental.
see like some of there's like videos where like kids are getting snatched or attempt snatchings in like Bradford City Centre and stuff. So that sort of thing does happen.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I know it's it's not like back in the 90s or the 80s where like, all right, you run along, we've paid for your day pass here, you just play in this like soft play and we'll just leave you. We'll have a coffee upstairs or go for a walk in the shopping centre. Like it's quite like
I
you
mean,
can't
say
do that
that,
nowadays.
but then like look at all the Jimmy Savile era and stuff like that. That was like
Yeah.
there's
Maybe it was
shit
just more
going
accepted.
on. Yeah, we
More
just
accepted.
know
No,
about
get your
people are
child
just
diddled.
a lot more trusting. People weren't as like it wasn't as rife, was it?
Yeah.
Or was it?
I think it's more of a case of we didn't know it was going on. Not that it was more rife or less rife. I think that
Your
probably
uncle will
people were a
take it,
bit
it'll be
more trusting,
fine.
but
Oh,
it
no,
wasn't
not
on the
uncle.
news, was it? It was like some nice news or whatever. Yeah, go to Uncle so and so,
Oh,
and yeah.
world
Uncle
wasn't on
touched
fire
me.
back
Yeah,
then.
your uncle always does that. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like one
Oh
of
my
them.
god.
But yeah.
So Swerve Ninja Warrior then.
Well, if you're like a 2-year-old, then swerve it.
I went there once. I thought both my knees were going to pop. It was the one where the walls on both sides you were trying to stretch
Yeah,
yourself out.
yeah.
And obviously I got really short limbs, and it was like I've got no mobility. So I jumped on there. I was like, oh no, that's not going to happen. I did the half pipe where you just run up it.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty good. I did all of it apart from one, and one of them just shredded my hands up, and I was like, I can't do that.
You should have just used liquid chalk. Should have brought it with you and be like, no chalk, mate. Fuck off. I'll pay your wages. I'm going to use liquid chalk. When you do that thing, I've seen some kid when I went there once. These kids were like just spit on their hands and just rub.
Yeah, classic.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good fun. Other than like the
Paedophile
scary
incident.
moment with the child.
Children.
So I was like, oh fuck, fine. But I was like, that's actually genuinely quite scary because like someone could have taken her in that moment. So if you work at Ninja Warrior, maybe do something about your child
Like a crash.
security.
They had a crash of Vision Active, didn't they?
I had a great idea, right? So what should happen
Oh,
is
no,
when
not a crash here, mate.
No. When you go in, like the mum and the child should have like a QR code on their little wristband, and then when you go out, if your QR code doesn't match the child, you're obviously not allowed to leave. And I was like, that would be a really smart idea.
I can imagine it. Like,
Let's
how
just
much of a
barcode
shit I was
everyone
as a
from
kid,
birth
though.
anyway.
Like, how much of a shit as a kid I was. I knew I'd fuck around with that. For sure, just to whine the
You just
people.
go out with someone else.
Yeah. That's not my mum. She's Chinese. No, she's not my mum. Trust me. She's a paedophile. Right, call the police.
Trust me, she's a paedophile.
Oh dear.
You just get some kid that'll just mess around in there though.
Yeah,
Or they'll
maybe.
pull the tag off or throw it in the ball pool or something like that.
Yeah.
You had a very strange childhood.
No, I didn't. I had a really good one to be fair.
Just not with your real mum.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was in safe space. It's fine.
But anyway, then after Ninja Warrior, we went to Birria Boys, and Birria Boys, if you haven't been, is
Is that still in
Tacos.
Moortown?
10 out of 10. No, it's Chapel Allerton now.
Oh, they changed it. The actual
Yeah, it's like
place.
just down from Lidl in Chapel Allerton.
Still not been. I've been meaning to go, but
Christmas do?
I
can't
tried
be.
to
It's
get it
his
at Christmas
wedding.
too.
He's getting married on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we like Christmas Eve dues.
Christmas Day, roll out for tacos.
Yeah,
Look you
but
kids.
no,
Fancy
if
dress.
if
Yeah.
you do have a fancy for a taco, the taco box is incredible. The mac and cheese, fantastic. The chicken wings, amazing. Tacos, amazing.
I think I'm on
Chips,
a ban
it was
on
all
that.
amazing.
That
to
doesn't
be
sound
fair.
like it's in my nutritional plan.
No.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
Like
I'm on a dairy ban at the
84.
minute. I'm on a ban on dairy. Got to go in 2 bans. Like, yeah, you're not having that, mate. So, but I want a pint of milk before I go. But no, mate, you're not having that. Or you sleep in the spare room.
You've got a sensitive tum-tum.
Yeah, but
Oh.
don't care though, do I? Still want it. If the gut wants it, the gut's gonna have it.
You like ice cream
But everyone
and
suffers.
milk.
No, I'm not fond of ice cream.
I love a clotted cream ice cream. That's my favourite. Clotted cream.
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
Okay, is that just like full cream?
Just
You don't
Rubbing
know what
raisins, the
clotted
one-
cream is? What you have on
Have you had a
like
scone?
scones and jam?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Clotted cream.
Nah.
Do you say scone or scone?
Scone.
It's gone. That's what we say in
Scone.
Newcastle, isn't it?
Scone.
Yeah, it's gone.
You know those things that you use in like football training to mark out like where you need to be or something? What, like it begins with a C. What do you call them?
I don't play football.
Con.
Con. The dog
Get
cons.
the cons out.
Get the Kong out. That's the wrong one, Chinese boy.
Right. Anyway, let's get into today's topic. So, coaching difficult athlete. I was going to, difficult athletes is maybe the way of saying it. So, let's first outline some ways in which athletes can potentially be difficult, and then we'll dive into like how we might go about like coaching around their difficultness. So, like for me, an athlete would be difficult if they like just continually overshoot. Like that would be one for me.
Not following the program and adding whatever they want in there, or doing extra sets is a problem for me.
Mine is the super high expectations, which is good to have goals and have the ambition and drive. But when you're just, I always say this, when you're all fart and no shit, meaning you're all chat, and when it comes to doing the work, you ain't about the work, that's when I royally lose my shit. So that's what's my pet peeve.
Yeah, and like another one for me would be someone that continually bounces between goals or bounces around in what they want to do, because like as a coach you want like a little bit of consistency, like you want to work towards something, but it's very difficult to work towards something when they're like, oh, I want to do this, now I want to do this, like okay, like I want to play football and now I want to do powerlifting.
Or
and
what
then
about
I
if someone keeps wanting to do really close comps back to back?
Whoa. Right, anyway, let's
many
move on.
I know what you mean. That it's really hard to.
Well, it's like they
navigate
want to be a
around that.
bodybuilder one day, they want to be CrossFit, they want to be
Do the high routes and
strongman, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think it's as well with like the big hybrid athlete. It's a big thing now. But what you find the thing is like a lot of people actually don't have the lifestyle, they don't have the time for it to be everything, the fastest, the strongest, the fittest. It's hard to combine everything together, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so let's dive into that a little bit. So, the person that wants to do everything, and let's tie that in with what you said about like having not unrealistic goals, but like has like really, really high expectations. So, as a coach for me, what I want to do is I want to start out and I want to make it really clear as to asking the athlete what they want to do. And then from there, I will make it super clear. I will set out and I'll be like, right, okay, to get that goal, we are going to go through like this route of X, Y, Z. And if you want to have the best chance at achieving that goal in the shortest amount of time, we have to stay on this path. How are you guys then going to go about getting them to attempt to not waver off the path?
it's difficult because I've had clients that have started with me down a particular path, and then as they have gone down this path, they've then veered towards, oh, I'd like to include this, or I'd like to do this, and this looks interesting. And it's difficult because you don't want to take their enthusiasm away from their training, and you want to keep it that they can enjoy their training, but then also you don't want to throw the kitchen sink at them and then them blow out. So I think it's having a conversation with them, like you said, and basically saying, okay, so if you do everything, you're gonna hit a wall, and you're gonna come to a point where nothing actually progresses. So you won't know. You're doing what's that saying? Master of.
Yeah, not cowboy, but no. What is it? It's something and then something of none.
Yeah. A master of none.
Yeah.
So you basically.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a bit, essentially like a novice at everything and a master at nothing.
Yes, but what's the actual saying?
Yeah. I don't know.
I forgot the saying, but it's something like that. So you're not actually going to get very good at what you want to do. So what do you want to do? And there is ways of programming around it, isn't there? And making it a little bit more hybrid, or a little bit like we've had that conversation, haven't we? Where it's like we're a little bit more conjugate, and let's go for fitness so that you'll be generally strong. I
think so. It's the time and place for that. So obviously, like when it's off season, I let them have a bit more fun. We delve into different methods. With Owen, he loves West Side stuff, so I've given him a lot of banded and chain stuff in his off seasons, speed work, and then when it comes to comp time, it's way more specific. And as much as he loves all the other stuff, we need to be prioritize specificity, and also the fact that he can't handle a fuckload of volume. He's got a really stressful job and a busy lifestyle, so it's a case of like we need to then cut that out, because otherwise it's just going to be junk volume, or he's just going to get annihilated and he's just going to feel fried. So, but he's a really good client, and he just listens and he knows the whats and whys. It's not like I don't want to be a dick and like, no fun for you, mate. It's all boring, heavy shit. But sometimes you're in a comp prep, right? You just have to do it. He's really good. Most of my clients are really good at just shutting up and just doing it.
Well, it's really difficult because I think powerlifting in its entirety is kind of boring. It's 3 lifts. And to get good at those 3 lifts, you've got to do those 3 lifts. Depending, like athlete dependent, I think some really value loads of variety, which is difficult because you don't want to put too much in there that it's like we don't really know what's progressing and how that's like helping your lifts if we're changing it every block. So yeah, there's got to be a kind of discussion where it's like we want to see this improve, so we have to we can't throw too much at it for now, and then we'll see and maybe add like a little bit of variation if you're the athlete that gets bored very quickly.
Yeah. So like thinking about this, there's so many layers to it, isn't there? Because there's the layer of what type of coach you are, so what you as a coach are willing to accept from your athlete, and then there is also the level of the athlete. For instance, if someone is very like new into the gym, they're coming to me and they say like, I want to be a powerlifter, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, actually I quite fancy doing like this on the side or this on the side. I'd be way more like inclined to say, okay, like crack on, do it. Like, because no matter what, like if they're very new into the gym and have come from a very sedentary background of like not really doing sport, not really doing much prior than coming to me, then even if they want to take up running as another hobby, it's probably going to improve their powerlifting because they're going to come in and they're going to be able to do
recovery between rounds.
Yeah, more sets, but like they're going to be able to get their sessions done in a shorter amount of time. They're going to be able to recover faster, like all that. So to me, those things are going to benefit the newer person.
I'm never going to tell you that I'm going to go running.
And
it's never going to happen.
But like even to the point of like the newer athlete getting to the point where, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm not so fussed as to what they do. If they're saying they're going to go for a run, I'll be like, okay, cool, crack on, do your run. Whereas a more experienced athlete, someone like yourself, someone at national level or whatever, or that has like very specific goals, very like high level goals, I'm going to be like, right, okay, what run are you doing? When are you doing it? like, what's the frequency? What's the intensity? Like, I want to know
What
way
days
more.
on? Is it before a certain session?
Yeah, I'm gonna want to know like way more. And then again, like what you said is to like, okay, we coming up to competition, we need to get more specific. But then at what point, and this is different for everyone, at what point do you get someone that, again, I've also got a lifter that's like this, and yeah. At what point do you call it a day with someone and say like, right, okay, I know you should be doing X, Y, and Z to reach your goals. You're not at that beginner point anymore. You're a more experienced lifter. And I'm trying to set you the things to like rehab you from injury or get you back onto platform, get you to those goals. I, as a coach, I know the best path for you, but you're wanting to go down the like lift heavy shit route, like every single day, whatever. At what point is it time to like call it a day with that like coach athlete relationship?
I don't fucking care anymore. Because I will get to the point where, you know what, like I've got a pretty cushy life. I love my job. But if you make it so that I don't enjoy my job and I'm not getting anything out of you, what the fuck's the point? It's the point when I don't care anymore. I don't want to be taking your money, and I'd rather just like not have you. Mm-hmm. That's the point, because then it just affects like how I am and stuff. And I look into it a lot of times. I think it's my fault, but I know it's like if they're constantly going off plan, doing what they want, or not filling the sheet and doing stuff on the side, it's not my problem. But at the same time, it's like they're under your banner, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, if they're constantly coming in like injured or doing this, like, and you're just scratching your head like, what was happening? It turns out they're just constantly maxing out. It just gets to the point you just lose.
Yeah. You got to look after yourself as a coach as well. Like you do have to, like you said, when you're not enjoying it anymore, like you have to call it a day, because if you're not enjoying it, chances are the lifter probably isn't enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, they probably would do if they did the fucking program, right?
Well, you're going to put less effort in, aren't you? Because you're going to see the effort that they're putting in, and if it doesn't correspond, it's like, why am I busting a gut for this person?
Why are you over-analysing things, putting things to certain days, swapping the volume out, changing everything?
I mean, I feel like my coaching path's like fairly new compared to you guys. And it's really difficult to kind of like, you have systems in place, and then you discuss things with people. So you have caps. It's like, okay, I can see that you keep overshooting, so I'm going to cap you, or I'm going to give you a range. And it's like, well, I see your range, but I'm going to put 5 kilos on top of that. And then you have a discussion at the end of the block where it's like, okay, well, you've overshot, you're feeling all the niggles, or you're feeling like it's not great. And it's like, as an athlete myself, I always look at myself, at what I'm doing wrong. And I find a lot of the times as a coach, I do that too. So it's like, have I done everything that I can do for this person? And I don't find that a lot of clients that I've come across sometimes do that. It's like, what are you doing to help me get better? And not what can I do to be a better athlete? I find that really difficult.
Yeah, because they're paying you, and therefore they just expect.
They expect you to be a magician. And I like the figuring out part of coaching. So I like that. Oh, there's
puzzle solving.
The puzzle solving. So why is this happening? Or let's look at this over a time and see if this works. Or like, I like that part of it. But then when you have sort of solved that puzzle, and it's more of a case of you just keep fucking jumping over this puzzle and doing whatever the fuck you want, it's difficult to have that conversation with someone to say, you need to look at yourself as an athlete, and are you doing everything that you can? You've got to take a little bit of responsibility yourself. It's a difficult chat to have.
It is a very difficult chat to have, and I've had a few of them now, just because I'm like 13 years into this, and like not even so much in like coaching, but in like the gym environment, people I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's ego. I don't know if it's like entitlement, but what they expect things, and to me it's not right that they expect that, or like they come in and they expect you to like wipe their ass for them. And as a coach, it's not my job. It's not my job to brush your fucking teeth in the morning. It's not my job to like say, right, don't forget your lifters, don't forget this, don't forget that. Like, you should be like, right, okay, I have these goals as an athlete, whatever. Like, how am I gonna get these goals? Yeah, like that guy over there, he's gonna help me with like my squat technique or whatever, but he's not gonna tell me to like how to tie my laces. Like, you need to have a little bit of self-awareness, like to put yourself in the position to reach those goals, to be able to get to sessions on time, to be able to have all the kit that you need, to even to the point of like paying on time. Like, that's a big one, because like if people are constantly like paying late, then that tells me that like you don't value my time. And if you don't value my time, like that's super frustrating to me, and it's one of my boundaries. Like, if I find someone isn't valuing my time or isn't valuing like the gym or whatever, then it's a line that you can't really come back from, because I could be doing a million other things rather than like helping you. Yeah, you're paying me for that, but I can go to athlete B and get paid from them, and they're going to be super into the session, they're going to turn up on time, they're going to pay on time. So it's one of them. It's just those little things that like as an athlete you should be doing to show your coach that you want to be there, you want to be in the game.
Yeah. Sometimes
you don't always want it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the least motivated I've been for any prep, I think. But you know what? When the lads and the lasses are like, oh well, you're squatting tonight, I'll make sure I'll be in for this time. I ain't gonna be late for it, or I ain't gonna not show up. I'm gonna come in and give my best. I know people are waiting around. I'll go like, I fuck around a lot of sessions. Obviously, I chat a lot of shit in that, but I'll make sure that I get it done.
I think
before people are leaving.
I think as a coach, you want your athlete to be like autonomous, so you want them to make good decisions. And the way sometimes you communicate with them, so if you're saying things like that sticks in my mind, when you say, what do you think was wrong with that? And it's oftentimes they'll say, what RPE do you think that was? And it's like, well, what RPE do you think it was? Because I wasn't under the bar. I can tell you how I think it moved, but I wasn't feeling it. It's you that's feeling it. So it's getting them used to being able to kind of judge themselves and how they feel under the bar, and how they feel a weight is. But yeah, kind of getting them to think a little bit more rather than just being like, here's the information, what do you want to do with it? Oh, here's a video. Great.
Yeah. An athlete has to be able to like self-evaluate, be critical.
It's a difficult thing to learn as well if you're like new to the sport.
New or not, you'd know like that was good, that was bad, that felt fast, that felt slow.
Lift good.
It's to me is that like there's no shame in admitting like, fuck me, that was hard. Like last night, like that was pretty hard. But looking back, I was like, oh, that moved quite fast actually. There's no shame in that. Just it's not that hard.
You do learn by making mistakes as well. So if you do get a client which is like, so they do overshoot, but then you can see that they're correcting themselves. So it's like, this moved really well, so I added 5 kilos and then it moved like shit, so it wasn't the RPE. So I'm not gonna do that again. And it's like, but if you see that block to block to block to block happening, it's like, right, okay, well, there's you're not learning. Why are you not learning?
Especially learn from like, say they start the first week too heavy, they learn for the following block, I fucking can't do that again because this block might be 4 weeks, 5 weeks or 6 weeks. They learn that lesson quick, don't they?
Yeah. Well, it's learning that kind of as well, the process. So it's not just, it's like that moved better than it did last week, or you know, it's not just putting weight on the bar every week. It's how things move. It's you technically being better at that weight. There's all sorts of things that you communicate that to them, then they're like, okay, I'm seeing this in a different way than I did before.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a good point for us to to explain. We don't hate all of our clients, and we don't hate coaching or anything like that. But being coachable is incredibly important. Like, we've all been coached. We are all coaches, so we probably understand it more than others. However, being coachable is hugely important for progress, and there's a lot of things that go into being coachable. So, like, just having trust in what your coach is saying. Like I say, like, all the little things, turning up on time, being there with the right equipment, having your program there, like, so you're not turning up and being like, oh, what's on the session today? I'm like, mate, I've written 17 fucking programs.
Small things, like, for me, like I've warmed you. We've been training for like a year or whatever, and like we do the warm ups. It's like, why are you cutting corners or cutting reps out? Or it's just like basic things. Just do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like, for you guys, what goes into being coachable? So, like, what do you want from, number one, yourself as a lifter? Like, how are you coachable to your coaches? And then what do you want to see from your athletes as well?
I want to see them communicate better. Fill your spreadsheet in, tell me how it feels. If it feels good, excellent. If it feels shit, why? You know, just don't be so like there's no harm in admitting that bit of defeat if you overshot something. But just trust in the process.
Yeah.
Not just because I've set you something, it might not work. You are a puzzle, and it gets harder and harder to figure out as time goes on. But we need to see if it works or not. Give it time.
Being able to kind of take criticism without tying too much emotion to it.
No.
Is a good one. Be angry and then go and lift.
You, Jen. It's all
That
your
was
fault.
shit.
You're
Cry.
shit. It's all your fucking fault.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Being able to kind of take that feedback and actually utilizing it rather than going. We as coaches have to like say the hard things that don't want to be said.
There's definitely ways around it, though. I know that from past experience.
Yeah,
obviously I've been quite harsh with some people, which I think it was needed, but I could have probably done it in a better way. That's why that was me.
Yeah, I think athlete dependent on how you approach what you say, because you know someone maybe is a little bit sensitive, but it's still kind of got to be said in a certain way. And for someone who likes being told in a direct way, then you tell them
that
in a
was
direct
shit.
day.
Don't do it again.
Yeah,
whereas someone else like, well, it could have been better, but this was good.
Yeah, you've got to give them the shit and sugar sandwich. So yeah, again, kind of depends on the athlete, but it is we've got to. We're not here to babysit you. We're here to help you get better, which sometimes means we've got to tell you the things that you don't want to hear. And it gets harder as well when it comes to things like a comp, because you are going to have to make the hard call, because you get 60 seconds to make the call for the next jump, and sometimes you might even bicker about it, like, I don't think you've got this, you need to trust me and just let me put this number on the board. What's nice is getting like a video and someone saying, I don't know what you're going to say, or like, I went under the bar, I felt like this was good, this was bad, actually getting them to give you information rather than, them waiting for you to go, that was really bad, or what did you, like, I'm constantly sort of saying, how did that feel, what were you doing, like, give me more information, because I can't, like, off a photograph or off a video, it's like there's no context to that, there's nothing I can do with that.
Yeah.
It's when
like,
it's an edited video,
help me,
and all the bumper
help
plates
you.
are black, and I can't see what's on the bar.
Yeah.
It moves nice, but I don't know what it is.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them. So, like, as if you're an athlete, like, watching or listening to this, if you have goals, then make sure you are communicating with your coach well, like honestly, so like be honest. Do the little things that is like really important to set yourself up for good sessions. And then like Jen said, put some context behind videos. Don't just send videos, be like, oh, okay, like if you have coaching cues from your coach, be like, oh yeah, I tried this cue, it felt X and Y, Z, and like I liked this, I didn't like this. I slept like shit, so that might be a reason for, like, give a little bit of context behind like what you are sending, because otherwise there is a million reasons as to why something may go good, may go bad, and we just need a little bit of help to unpick that puzzle. Like Wiley said as well, like you have to be the honesty of like, right, okay, yeah, I overshot, I won't do that again. Be like honest with your coach, honest with yourself. So as an athlete, like if you do have goals, then you need to be coachable, because if you're not coachable, it's impossible for us. Like there's nothing that we can do to help, because if you're not being honest, like we can't program you. If you're not communicating with us, we don't know what to prescribe for you next. So,
and in the same instance, I think like if they know, if we're communicating what the plan is, so if we say volume's high because we're in this phase, or intensity's like high because we're in this phase, or we're doing this because of the people know what's happening. So there's also kind of down to us to communicate, what's going on, and them to communicate too with us. It's that two-way system that kind of makes it work. If one falls down, the other's going to fall down, and then someone doesn't have buy-in for what you're actually trying to sell.
Yeah.
So
I strongly think and recommend that if you're not coachable, don't waste that coach's time or yourself. I think you should just go find yourself and do your thing for a while. Like I self-coached for a long time, and I did loads of cool stuff. Like I played out with Brandon Lilly's cube, modified that, played about with Wendler's, added bits, took things out with that. I had a lot of fun with it, and that actually got me to the gym. Yes, I overshot sometimes, but I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of progress out of it. But obviously at where I'm at now in terms of like lifting journey, whatever you want to call it, I'm at a stage where like I need to be really specific. So now I've got to be a bit more, this is what you do, and that's it. But especially if you're a younger lifter, you don't need to, I don't really think you need to have a coach straight away. I think you should just go have some fun and just find out these are the programs that you're doing, have a play about with it, and then it gets to a point where you're a bit more like, okay, the stage of readiness, I'm ready to go to the next level, get a coach. Okay, I'm ready for the next bit, how am I going to be better? Right, okay, I'll get a nutritionist, or I can just start tracking on that my own. Or the next bit might be to, manage my stress, or go to bed earlier and then use apps and stuff. I think a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon, like, I have to have a coach. You don't have to have a coach. There's a lot of us like
it's having that accountability, isn't it? I think having a coach, like you've got someone to answer to, but then it's like, do you answer to them?
Well, if you're not coachable, don't do it. Just do your own thing for a bit.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it. And like coaches as well. So we've spoken about like an athlete being coachable. Is there a word for the other way around?
A coach
uncoachable.
A coach being coachable.
A coach being athleteable.
I've made like I think when I started coaching, because when I was saying before, so I always think like, what can I do better as an athlete? And I felt like I was doing that too much as a coach. So it's like, how can I program better? What can I do for this person to make them feel better, to make like the process like, I feel crap today, and I'm like, okay, I'll change some things straight away. And it's like, and I just noticed that I was just being too reactive, and that's changed now. It's like, okay, well, some days do feel like shit, and I know that as an athlete for like however long I've been lifting. Yeah, I didn't apply that. I was too busy trying to be a better coach, but in that instance I was actually probably in a worse coach, because I was changing too much too soon, and I was like, I don't know
It's because
what's going on now.
your tolerance is lower now. You don't give a fuck
it.
anymore. So it's right. That's fucking shit.
So-
Stick to the plan.
Yeah, trust the process.
Yeah, you will do it.
Yes. So yeah, that was a kind of a mistake that that I made early on in coaching, changing too much too soon to try and appease.
Accommodate, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to get like that because you're going to worry, oh no, I've done something wrong, or they're going to hurt themselves, or they're not going to be strong enough, or let me just add or pull stuff out.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you're doing what they're doing, where they just,
exactly
I'll do
like
some accessory, I don't do accessories, sometimes I do a side quest for this.
Yeah, 100%.
So you've been manipulated.
I
into
was.
It. Oh, you're such a fool.
I'm not anymore. Not
So
anymore. I'm a weak girl.
Yeah. I just agree, to be honest. And it's what comes with experience. And it's important to know as well, like, I've had many people over the years come up to me and say, how much is your coaching? I tell them I'm £120 a month, and they're like, ooh. And look at me like, I can't afford that. And which is fair enough, people can't afford it. And then they'll go to another coach that has like a year's experience, jump on with them at £30 a month, whatever. In 6 months' time, they'll like message me back again and be like, I think I'm going to do it. And it's absolutely fine to shop around.
Can I Kalana it?
I'm not saying don't shop around. I'm not saying like don't like have that like ability to go between coaches, but you do pay for experience.
Yeah.
Like, I've been doing this a very long time. I've gone and I've got multiple degrees, multiple coaching courses. Like, I have over a lot of time
handled reft.
Yeah, I
like
have amassed a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience, like within powerlifting, within strength sports, within like professional sport as well. Like, I've been there, I've done it, so I can help you avoid mistakes. And it's, my coaching style isn't for everyone, but if you buy into it, it gets people stronger, and it works. But there has to be like that athlete buy-in. People have to be coachable for it, and people have to want it. But as it, like, I'm very aware of that as a coach. Like, I fully know that like I am expensive, but
What's the rate now?
Yeah, I think you pay. I think people in powerlifting forget that you're paying for a service. They just think that coaching is this easy thing. And why is it £120 like a month? But like you were saying, if you wanted someone to go and fix your pipes at home, like you want someone who knows what they're doing. So you're paying for someone's expertise because they hopefully know more than you do, and they're going to get you to where you want to be. I don't think people, they think, oh well, that's £30, so that's great.
Yeah. And it's the conversation that me and you had earlier as well, isn't it? To be fair, like I am very critical, and I have my coaching philosophies that I stick to, and that I'm not saying I will die by, because like in another 10 years time, I might like change. I might think what I'm doing now is completely fucking stupid, but that's going to be me with like 23 years experience, and like that's even better for my athletes down the road. However, what I'm noticing a lot of within the coaching world is people go and do, whether it be mentorships, whether it be courses, whether it be they see videos on social media, like whatever they are doing, I applaud that they are going out and getting knowledge. However, they are just copying and pasting that knowledge. They
can't apply it.
Without being critical of what is going on and understanding the methodologies behind what is happening and the mechanisms and everything that goes into it. You get lucky for a very long time with doing that. However, it comes unstuck, and you will injure people, you will burn people out, you will not get them progress, you will set people back by just copying. I'm not saying copying and pasting I am saying copying and pasting programs, but copying and pasting knowledge and courses that you gain. Like, you have to be able to go on these courses, athletes as well, and absorb the information, digest it, and then think about what bits you are going to use personally that fit into your philosophy and your coaching styles and mechanisms and your athletes. So you can't just be like, that's great, straight in my plan. Like, it doesn't work. I say it doesn't work. Like what I said, it will work, but not forever. And then you will become very unstuck, and your athletes will question why, and you won't know. And that's the point where you should hang up your coaching hat.
True.
But yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah. The whys behind.
That's why I feel like strongly that to be a good coach, like, you don't want to just be academic. Like, you need to have some like physical background where it's like working from the ground up. Like, we've been working in gyms, haven't we, all the way through. I was working as just like fitness staff, built my way into PT, but I was doing a degree at the same time. And it's all the gym hours, hours at comps, hours of training. That's where I learned a lot of my stuff. But, you know, you need a bit of both.
Yeah.
Can't be all brains and just no brawn. You can't be the other way around either.
Well, it's like
you need to apply it.
The coach wears many hats, don't they? Like,
is that another saying we don't know?
That's another saying that I probably got really wrong. But we wear lots of hats. So we take on people's emotional well-being. Oh, you know, like, this is happening in my life, and then you try and help them. So you're not a certified psychologist, but you try and help as much as you can, and you're not at top level biomechanics, but you're trying.
I just like, use it.
No.
Does it make you angry? Yes, use it. Use it.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think it depends on you as a coach what you're willing to take on. And obviously, what you can cope with and give out. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with clients that. It's
just like, you've got to be invested in that person. You can't take on all of that. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Like, so, it can be draining. You've got to be invested in that person. But if that person keeps pissing you off, going off plan, not being coachable, you then start to just, you don't want to be as, you're not as invested, are you?
No.
Yeah. So I've got what you said about like being in gyms on the ground, like, that is something that is like completely invaluable to me. And like, I will always remember, so I did my undergrad, I did sports science, I took a year out and I went to work in a gym. And in that year out, I went and I sponged as much knowledge as possible. There was a couple of chiropractors at the gym that were working as PTs, and I was sponging.
Was that in Leeds?
No, down in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And I was sponging as much information as possible. I did like Olympic weightlifting workshops. I did I did everything I could. I was at the sprint track, like watching the sprint coaches. Like, literally, I was doing everything I possibly could. I went back to uni to do my master's, and the first module was like, it was functional movement screens. That's what it was. It was functional movement screens, and like, we were going through like squats and stuff like that, and people were really struggling, like because the rest of my like class had gone straight from their undergrad, no gap, straight into their masters. So they'd just gone from 3 years of academia doing an undergrad into a 4th year. But I had that year out. So I was looking at people and I could just notice things. I could be like, oh yeah, like that person's arch is like collapsing, or like whatever it was. And I could just see them, and no one else could. And it was like, at that point, everyone was like, oh, like, how are you doing that? Like, what can we do to do that? And I was like,
so practical is so important.
Go do a year out, which is what I did. And you can literally, the difference in that class was massive, because everyone was coming up to me and asking me for help. I
hope you charged them.
I didn't, I should have, but I didn't. Everyone was like, all right, okay, like, how do you see this? What do we look at in this? Like, okay, this is a squat, this is a deadlift, like whatever. What movements or what like limbs, what joints, whatever, do we look at to see like potential issues? And I could just like, it was so difficult because I couldn't tell them, look for X, Y, and Z, because it wasn't like that. It was just that, as coaches, you look at a squat and you can see mechanical inefficiencies. You can just look at it and see. You can see someone walking and you can be like, right, okay, they're limping on their right leg, or they're guarding their left shoulder, or like whatever it is, like the right shoulder is like way higher.
What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. You can just see stuff that people without that experience can't see. And
you imagine him fitting shoes at Clark's, so telling some parents, you need to buy these £300 shoes for your kid, mate, because his leg's not working properly.
But it's a prosthetic.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, £300.
Yeah. But that's the one thing for me that like really, really stood out in terms of like experience and like getting hands-on. And it's something that I will never forget, because everyone else came from like academia. I came from the same academia background, but I just had that year of hands-on coaching. And yeah, it was invaluable. And I 100% recommend, like, any coach, whatever, just spend some time in a gym, help people out, like, just for free. Don't charge money. Don't be like, oh, this session's going to cost you 50 quid, whatever. Just go. If you're a PT, get on the fucking gym floor and just be like, do you mind if I just like watch your squats for a minute and like I'll try and help you out a little bit? Like, just do that stuff.
I just think even basics, like if you're really into powerlifting, do a bit of platform time. Honestly, you'll learn so much from that.
There's a lot of coaches who are very number driven, so they like the statistics and they like to see the facts and the figures, and they're really, really good with that. But then there's also the other element of coaching, which is the more human side of coaching, which, like I said, if you have that hat to be able to do all of it, is kind of the best scenario. But I know coaches who are just kind of number driven, so you are just a bit of information on a page and it's not like the whole story.
Yeah, but for me, I don't think that's
just programming. That's not coaching. That's like, here's your thing.
Yeah, I don't think that is the best way to coach 90% of people.
I agree.
I think getting hands-on isn't the right word. Even if you set someone something because you have looked at them and you've seen what they are strong and weak at, because like you have the experience to see it, and you are going to get way better results doing it that way and repeating that, changing a couple of exercise here and there, repeat again, change a couple of exercise here and there, repeat. You're going to get better results than you look at a spreadsheet and you go like, right, okay, volume was
X, Y, and Z, yeah.
1,200 kilos this week. It needs to be 1,250 this week. It needs to be 1,300. Then we'll have a little drop off down to 1,270. Then we'll go up to 1,330.
But we're not all robots, are we? So it's like,
Very linear.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's other aspects to it, isn't there?
Right, let's wrap up. As an athlete.
Anyway. Anyway.
No space hoppering.
True.
As an athlete, you need to be coachable. Help your coach, be honest, be on time, turn up with the right kit, do all that shit. Communicate well, communicate honestly, and give the coach information to be able to coach you. Anything to add?
And as a coach,
I've not got to the coach bit yet. That's
okay. I thought you were just like, that's it. We were like, okay, we agree, Chris. That was right. You were right. I was less right. Next.
Okay. As an athlete, are we done?
Yes.
As a coach, continue.
No, I don't know what to say now. You say it.
As a coach, go out and gain experience. Listen to your athlete. If your athlete wants to do stuff and they are in a place where they can do stuff like extracurriculars, let them. Like, it's good for their buy-in, it's good for their health. Like, we're all here to make people healthier, stronger, fitter. Let them do those things.
Yeah. And also, the thing about that is like, it's not just numbers at the end of the day. It's sometimes for a lot of people, it's just away for them. It's for the mental health and stuff. So it's just
To
like
quiet the voices.
yeah, just like be nice. I
Yeah.
guess is what I'm saying. The easiest way of saying it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything
Communication is key, I think.
Right.
As a coach, you need to communicate what your ethos is and where you're going with things, and vice versa. If you're an athlete, you need to communicate those things to your coach, and then you're both on the same page and you're both going in the same direction and not like veering off.
Yeah.
Like end of a relationship.
The
Don't think this one's
end.
working out. This is going to be my last payment. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, you didn't make your last payment. Okay, well, I'm not paying anyway. See you, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're pretty much done on being coachable. There's also last thing, very last point, because this is a funny one. For an athlete, when you get a little bit of autonomy in your program, right? So so say if you're like, you've given all the athlete the stuff you want to do, right? And then you say like, okay, you can do some arms, pick a tricep exercise that you want to do.
I
Oh,
knew he
fucking
was
hell,
going to
he's
do
going.
this. I knew it.
Yeah, but what was that like? You look like you were like
You were like
helping
jacking
someone
off
out.
the. Can I say that? On the...
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Jacking off like two guys at once. I like.
you were milking a cow stood up.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. You were like, what
I
are you
like
doing?
that. It's like, why are you doing that? I like
To be
it.
fair, me and Joe and Chris was staring at you like, what the fuck's she doing?
Yeah, like, oh, she looks so jacked.
No, far from-
No, I was just
opposite.
thinking, what the fuck? I give her a little bit of freedom and she fucking
Look
goes,
at that soft body wanking off the cow.
yeah.
So I'll give
Practice
you
her
some
hand
autonomy,
jobs.
but now just do what I say.
Yeah.
No,
What is
it's,
the purpose of it is what you're trying to say, innit?
Yeah.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
things, yeah. So if you get a little bit of autonomy, please do things with like purpose. And like, we've had this conversation now, so like, I don't think you're going to be practicing any more hand jobs, but we're going to be working triceps.
So I'm
Cable
really,
hand
so I'm
jobs.
really bad at hand
Single arm
jobs.
cable handies.
Is this
or the
gonna be on the
double
podcast?
crossover handies. Or the behind the head handies. They're quite good though, to be fair. Behind the head ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I feel like
I
I've got
know.
dumbbell, it's got no mobility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gonna see me doing strange things with, with
behind the head
tricep.
ones, fantastic. So again, so I stopped Jen doing the sideways ones, and then she went to the behind the head ones. But what was it? She was like out here. She was doing this,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Not
Like,
even getting the full
Exactly.
stretch.
This
I
is
was
why
like,
I have
fucking
wienery
stupid.
triceps.
I was like, "Okay, why? So why would you pick the behind the head as an exercise? Ah, for the full stretch." And I was like, "Yeah, fantastic answer. Why aren't you fucking doing that then?"
Yeah.
Just felt really stretched out.
Right.
Anyway.
I think that's a good note to end on.
Yeah, don't put that in your highlight reel, please. I'm
Your
not coming
cable
off
reach
very
around.
I know. Yeah, how does Jen perform accessories? Holy crap.
Yeah, good way to end. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give us a like and stuff, and we'll be here next week.
Yay.
Oh, what are we going to talk about next week?
Oh,
I might,
yes.
yeah, I'm
Don't
gonna,
know.
I think, yeah.
Questions?
Is it? Are you? You're not doing anything over.
I've
you're
got
not-
nothing interesting coming up.
I'm
Yeah.
going to have to do something interesting every weekend now to have something to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
No.
let's.
Well, I'm going
I've
to
got
watch the Thai
athletes.
boxing this weekend.
The competition season's like getting quite busy from now on, so
Is that you hinting that you're not helping out at the strongman event?
I am helping. You're not even around.
I'm fucking competing, that's why. I'm trying to bring some money back. I'm not financially recovering from this.
Right. Okay. Let's. We'll think of something. We might do some questions. Questions are always fun.
Yeah.
Right. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Something like that.